Hello everybody and welcome to a speed build that I've been theory crafting. I actually was looking at the legendaries and realized that Werewolf might actually be pretty crazy in terms of speed, so I'm going to explain why. So first off, we have this legendary called Dire Wolf's Aspect. So Grizzly Rage now shapeshifts you into a Dire Werewolf. As a Dire Werewolf, you gain 15 to 25% increased movement speed. Now that right there is like the main thing, because you'll notice in Druid they don't have a lot of movement speed increases, but there are legendaries that do, and this is pretty huge. So to kind of expand upon this, so really what I'm doing is a base werewolf build here where I do the animal companions. So first off, you get one companion, they do a bunch of damage. You'd put this on your two-hander to make your companions do a ton more damage. Your wolf companions are werewolf companions, right? They do more damage, they can spread rabies. So that's kind of the core of the companion part of the build, but then we get into the move speed part of the build. It's going to revolve around doing something that I really never thought I would do, because I thought this ultimate wasn't really that great, and I still don't think it's that great for the werebear, but it is actually really good for the werewolf. So that being said, I'll go ahead and explain all the skills. So first off, we're just using claw. It's just your generator, nothing too fancy about it, does damage, put 5 ranks into it. Spirit, we're going to go shred. This is a nice AoE damage ability, so it does do AoE damage on some of the swipes. 30% attack speed heals you, and puts poison, so just damage. Here, maximum spirit increased by 9, just more core skill damage to increase shred damage, and to make basic skills generate more spirit for compensation of this core skill. Now right here is pretty important. Critical strike chance against close enemies is increased by 9%. You gain 9% movement speed while in werewolf form, and it persists for 3 seconds after. So that's our first movement speed buff, right? This is why I say this is going to be a speed build. And I want you to keep in mind, shred is a dash. The first attack you do on a dash, you will dash to the target. So you get to dash around and get movement speed. Next, we don't take any defensives because they don't really do anything, and because of this legendary, you get 10% life back every time you kill something. And because this is a speed build, the idea is you'll be playing a speed build on a degree of difficulty to where you can kill things at a reasonable time. So if that's the case, you're just going to be proccing a bunch of healing from Direwolf's Aspect, so you don't really need anything here. There also is no movement speed increases, so with the idea of this build is we want to go fast. This is like a farm legendary type of build. It doesn't really do anything. So next, wolves. We take the wolves because obviously this is it's a companion build. Now there's 2 different options you can take here. One of them is trample. Now this actually is not 100% necessary in this build, because down here in Grizzly Rage you become unstoppable while this is active, and keep in mind when you kill something with Grizzly Rage, it extends the duration by 1 second up to 10 additional seconds. So this is just a way for whenever that is off for you to get unstoppable to proc the movement speed bonus from Ghostwalker Aspect, right? So keep in mind that I don't know what the cooldowns were reduced to, but it was said on one of the Diablo 4 posts that this was reduced. So this could potentially be like a 30-second CD as long as you get at least 10 kills, because kills extend it for up to additional 10 seconds. Wait, no, sorry, so 20. And then if they reduce the CD, yeah, so then if they reduce the cooldown of this by, like, let's say 10 seconds down to 50, right? This means this is on a 30-second cooldown, which is pretty good, actually. That makes this a lot more feasible, I guess. So after that, we do rabies. Now, we don't put rabies on our bar. We don't necessarily have to put rabies on our bar, and that's simply because the werewolves will actually spread the rabies, and the actual bite damage it does itself is not that much. It's the poison damage that's crazy. So yeah, so they can spread rabies and do that, so that's pretty good. You can put it on your bar if you want, because I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so you can put it on your bar if you want. You don't have to. You can opt for something else, like if you wanted to, you could go ravens or something like that. Okay, so that's Key passive, we're doing Lupine Ferocity. Every 6 werewolf skills critically strikes and deals 60% increased damage, simply because there isn't really anything that's... I mean, there isn't really anything too crazy about the other ones. Like, this is really just kind of the only option. So, going down now into the legendaries and how those interact. So, aspect of the alpha, we know the companion stuff. This just buffs your companion damage like bonkers, like mad. Direwolf's aspect, so this makes your Grizzly Rage shift you into a Dire Werewolf now, so now it's a werewolf ability. You gain 15 to 25% movement speed, so now if you have this rolled as a max affix, you'll have 34% increased movement speed with the 9% that you get from the passive already, and this is going to be on a 30-second cooldown. So next, core skills deal an additional 6 to 8% damage. I chose this, so you don't necessarily have to choose this because we're not running ravens and stuff, and this gets a lot better when you run ravens. I just ran this because this looked like I don't know, I guess the only one that would increase damage by a relevant amount. I guess you could take aspect of the wild tree. Companions gain bonuses from the bestial rampage key passive. So, so they would just get 20% increased attack speed, I guess. But that's nothing really too crazy to go home about. After that, we do Mad Wolf's Glee. Werewolf form is now your true form, so now you're in werewolf form all the time, so you always have the 9% bonus. Never falls off. You also get plus 2 ranks to all werewolf skills, so you get 2 ranks to shred. Keep in mind you can go past the 5, so you can get up to 18. I think they said that with everything, because keep in mind there is still so much that I have not seen. This is theory crafting with what we know as of April 15th before the game is released. So keep that in mind when you're looking at this stuff. They said that you can get up to like 18 skill points into a single talent. So that's a lot of skill points. And to go, like, if you can get something to be 18, an 18 freaking point talent, you can do some wild stuff. So there's definitely still some other stuff out there. And I'm not even certain we've seen all the legendaries yet. So after that, I chose Storm Companion because Mad Wolf's Glee, keep in mind, only uses your chest piece because it's a unique chest piece, and then Storm's Companion, unique pants. Now you don't have to have this for this to function. The main legendaries you would need for damage-wise is this, and then this. So this is going to require some legendaries to put together, but nothing too wild because this isn't a unique, but this is unique and this is unique. I figured these two would be cool because they're the most thematic, and I didn't really see anything else that would give me movement speed. So then down here we go Wind Striker aspect, critical strikes gain 8 to 16% movement speed for 1 second, up to 6 seconds, so you can keep that up a lot. And then Wall Unstoppable, and for 2 seconds after, you gain to 10 to 25% increased movement speed. So if we add that all together, so let's assume that you got the max affix, 16, 25, so now you're already at 41, okay? 50% because of the 9% boost you're getting right here, okay? And then you're getting another 25% boost from here. So you're getting a 75%, you're moving at almost double speed. And this is the fastest build that I have been able to come up with what I currently have, because across any type of build you're playing, because werewolves have the most, it was like the only one that has like an innate move speed ability, and they're the only one that has legendaries that actually give movement speed, all revolve around the werewolf. Now, keep in mind, I did have a Storm Strike build that I posted. Both of these things can work. I know somebody that watches me made a pretty good comment about, taking trample to get unstoppable, because then you can actually proc this. So that's, shout out to him for for seeing that, because I definitely did not. All right. So Paragon wise, let's see here. I mean, Paragon is pretty simple. It's not going to be anything too crazy. It's pretty much just going to be take the werewolf abilities, right? So you want to build towards Lust for Carnage. Then we're going to move over and build for when there's poisoned enemies, deal 45% increased damage. Then you can go into after shape-shifting, your spirit costs are reduced. Not really that crazy because you're always in your werewolf form with this build. Then after that you want to go to this ancestral guidance. After spending 75 spirit, you deal 30% increased damage. So this is kind of my first go at like theory crafting, just a pure speed build. I think this is by movement speed standard, it is going to be the fastest. One extra thing here before I forget. Boons. The boons are actually really important for this. So you want to go pack leader. Critical strikes have a 20% chance to reset the cooldowns of your companion skills. Now the reason why this is important and so crazy good, like, and I'll be going for this like first probably the moment I get these two legendaries, is that you'll be running at Mach 20, okay? And when you activate the wolf ability, it causes them to pounce. Okay, they will leap on them and pounce. So if you're just critting things and you're constantly resetting your wolf CD, you're just running at Mach 20, sticking your wolves on everything. And I still don't know what the Stormhowl ability does, so I'm praying it's a movement speed, because if it is, oh my god, that would make this even better. I'm praying it is. I don't know what Stormhowl is. They haven't actually said, but that's another thing to think about though. So, you know, we're talking just running at Mach 20 and sicking your wolves on everything while you also being a werewolf killing everything. So I think this is going to be a really, really fun, it's going to be really, really thematic. I mean, you're going to be a werewolf with a pack of werewolves that are infused with the storm killing everything. So I think that's pretty cool just as a concept. But anyway, so pack leader. So after that, you probably want to go for Calamity. You could probably go Wolf, go Pack Leader, and Calamity here, because the one you specialize in gives you 2 boons instead of just 1. So you go this one and this one, because it'll extend the duration of your ult by 25%. So that means instead of 10 seconds, you'll get like 12.5 seconds out of this. So, and keep in mind that by extending your ultimate, that is indirect CDR for this ultimate, right? As you're extending it, so that means it's active longer while it's also on cooldown. So, yeah. So that's pretty good. Then we go after that. Let's see here. I mean, this one isn't not really anything too crazy here. You could take this one just because it's the only thing, but I don't even know if you're. Oh, actually, never mind. You can take Overload. Wait, nature magic skills. Hold on. That's interesting. It says infused with the power of the storm. That's actually interesting here. One of these. Hold on, where was it? I know one storm or hurricane. No, it's not that. Okay, I know I'm not crazy. Oh, another interesting legendary though, while I'm thinking about it, Aspect of Changeling's Dead. Since you have the Werebear skill, you damaging a poison enemy with a Werebear skill will instantly deal 120 to 150% of the poisoning damage. So because you're using so much poison, if you're finding you need more damage, and since you run Trample, your Trample can act as like a poison explosion tool to make it like a bomb. Well, kinda. It doesn't deal damage to everything. Okay, that's going to drive me insane. I could have swore... Oh, your base storm skills are now also werewolf skills. I could have swore... Oh, never mind. Okay, I am crazy. It turns your stuff into nature skills for the purposes of this. So never mind, that's not going to work. I was thinking, well, you know, if you have a way of turning something into a nature skill, you know, yeah, but... Okay, so that's that. Yeah, okay, that's not going to work out like I was thinking. But if there's a way to turn any of your skills into nature magic skills, this could be insane. Chance to reduce the cooldown of your ultimate skill by 2 seconds. That could be absolutely wild. So that's something to think about if new information comes out that can change something. Or change your werewolf skill into a nature skill. Otherwise, dealing lightning damage, you can do this one because you do your wolves will actually deal lightning damage because of Storm's companion. So you actually do get benefit out of Overload. Probably not a crazy benefit, but something. After this, I would say, heck, critical strike damage or critical strike chance is probably going to be the best for this one. And then I would say 10% reduced damage from elites is probably pretty good. Okay, but yeah, so that's the build. You know, again, just to kind of recap, the idea of this build is you go into Grizzly Rage, you start hitting things and killing things. You have a 20% chance to reset your wolves cooldown, and as you're just kind of speed running, you're just constantly trying to sick your wolves on everything, trying to fish for that wolf CD reset. And keep in mind, this got heavily buffed, so if they didn't compensate nerf either of these, this is going to be an absolutely wild ability. So, alrighty, well, I think that'll do it. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. I think this is going to be a pretty solid speed build, at least on release or until new information comes out that changes everything. But we shall see about that. Well, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll see you next time.